English Premier League match week 9 predictions. Everton versus West Ham. To be honest, I really don't know what's going to happen there. Aston Villa versus Brighton. Again, I don't know. Tottenham versus Watford. I really don't know what's going to happen. Wolves versus Southampton. Again, I don't know. Chelsea versus Newcastle. I really don't know. Bournemouth versus Norwich City. Again, I really don't know. Leicester City versus Burnley. Who knows who's going to come out victors there? Crystal Palace versus Manchester City. Guys, we don't know. We don't know. Sheffield United versus Arsenal. To be honest, I have no idea. Man United versus Liverpool. Guys, we know how that one's going to end. Liverpool, 8-8. On top of the table. Perfect 24 points. What a start. A lot of you guys have been saying that we're only in October. And I shouldn't say that Liverpool have won the title already. But guys, in all reality, they have won the title already. It's only up to Liverpool to lose it from here on. 8-8. But on the flip side though, 8 points is not really a big margin. It's not really, because Man City plays Liverpool. If they defeat them in that game, then the margin is only 5 points. Then if Liverpool drop 3 more points, then the margin is only 2 points. So an 8-point lead is very, very fragile. We know that. We know from last season, Liverpool had a good lead ahead of us and they still came in second. But this year, this Liverpool team looks like they mean business and they're going to fight to the very finish. A lot of Liverpool fans think they're going to win it, and they are the skeptics who still believe that they are going to bottle it. But again, we are still in October. It's still early days. But guys, to be a realist, after losing to Wolves today, I have to say that Liverpool have been the better team this season. They have. Come on, you got to give props when props is due. I'm a football fan, and I have to keep it real. Liverpool have been the better team. Could they still come in second or third or fourth? Yes. Yes, they definitely can. But right now, they are not showing signs that they're going to come in second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth. Liverpool are no Man United. Liverpool are no Arsenal. Liverpool are no Tottenham Hotspur. They are no Chelsea. The only team that's going to give Liverpool competition this season is Manchester City. And I'm going to say that again. It's a 2-horse race once again. So all you Chelsea fans, sit down. Overzealous Arsenal fans, sit down. All you Tottenham fans, have a seat. Man United, you're not even in the conversation. So just disappear. You're not even in the conversation. But guys, the English Premier League, the best league in the world, hands down. And I'm going to say this because I saw some Serie A today between Juventus and Inter Milan, and I was not impressed. I wasn't impressed at all. There were some big names, but it was just goddamn boring. It was boring. Seriously, it was. It was boring. Juventus came out 2-1 winners on the road at the San Siro. It was boring. It was goddamn boring. Seriously, and I'm not even lying. I'm not even making this up. That's why I watch the Premier League, because in all 10 fixtures, we know we are going to get some drama. We know we're going to get unexpected results, and we are going to get entertainment. So let us talk about match week 8 of the 2019-20 English Premier League, where we had 10 fixtures, of course, and some really, really juicy results. So let's take some time and go through each and every one of the results, and I'm going to let you know my thoughts on the teams and what I think about their progress so far this season. Newcastle, Man United, Steve Bruce, man, you're a genius. I had to take my hat. You know what? I'm not going to take my hat off, but Steve Bruce, you are a genius. You fill your midfield with 2 long staffs. I really did not know there was an other Langstaff. I didn't know that. That didn't come out good, right? That didn't come out good. Longstaff. I didn't know there was another Longstaff. And Sean Longstaff was linked to Man United during the summer. And he has a teenage brother by the name of Matthew Longstaff. The name is kind of weird. Longstaff, Longstaff. But he scored the game's only goal today on his Premier League debut, and it was a peach of a goal. I just love how the way he kept the ball down. A lot of players need to learn from this. When you get opportunities, put your body over the ball and sink it past the goalkeeper and stop laying back and kicking the ball up into Rosette. So Sean Longstaff's brother, Matthew, was definitely on fire. Premier League debut, one to remember. He'll probably end up playing for Man United if he continue playing like this. So great win for Newcastle. They needed this win. They really, really did. Really did. Newcastle actually, in the relegation conversation, for a lot of people, they're saying that Newcastle are going to go down. But guys, the Premier League is so friggin' unpredictable. So unpredictable, you don't even know what's going to happen next. So with that win, they go up to 8 points. They are in 16th position. Man United are currently 12th on a 9 points. This is appalling. This is not good. This has to be the worst ever Man United team in the Premier League era. By far. The team is just bad. The team is just horrible, I'm telling you. They had opportunities to score and failed to punish Newcastle. But Newcastle looked good. They looked good. And I love the fact that they have players like Jetro Willems playing for them. He is very, very skillful. Came over from the Bundesliga. DeAndre Yedlin, the America, getting back into the team. Lascelles, Fabian Shaw looking like a world-class defender these days. Longstaff's in the middle. Saint Maximin, the Haitian Frenchman. He was one of the driving forces in the game. And Miguel Almiron, he always looks threatening going forward. He needs to score a bit more goals. And Joel Linton, the big Brazilian, has started off life in the Premier League pretty okay. So they're looking good. Big Andy Carroll coming off the bench as well. Nice to see. Emil Kraft, Christian Atsu as well. But for United, man, oh my God, this team does not look good at all, guys. They don't look good. David De Gea in goal, getting beaten week in and week out. Like, is this a world-class goalkeeper or what? But look at this team. Dalot, Ashley Young, Tuanzebe, Harry Maguire must be regretting signing to Man United. He had a big chance to score today and put his header wide. If he was playing for Leicester, that would have been in the back of the net for sure. These guys must be low on confidence. A midfield of Scott McTominay, Fred, and Juan Mata, with Pereira and Daniel James on the wings. Rashford up top can't seem to score in open play to save his life. Tammy Abraham is a better striker than Marcus Rashford, by far. Maybe Marcus Rashford needs to go down to the Championship and get his form back and learn how to put them past the goalkeeper, because he has been horrible. He definitely has been horrible, man. I feel it for the young man. He has a long way to go. He has a lot of work to do. But this Man United team looks like pure trash. That didn't come out good. But they look like pure trash, I'm telling you. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, man, he must be sweating, because at any given time, they're going to sack him. I know they're saying they're putting faith in him and all, but they need to get their act together now and fast. They play Liverpool next, so it's not a good. I'm telling you. Oh, man, it's not a good team to buck up into after the international break. You know what I'm saying? So, Mason Greenwood, Tahith Chong, Marcus Rojo came off the bench. So, Man United, man, I don't know what. I have nothing more to say about this team. And, guys, you know what? Let me see if I have any insight for you guys. Some fun insights. Newcastle's boss Steve Bruce registered his first ever win against Man United as a manager in all competition in what was his 23rd attempt. 5 draws, 17 losses, and 1 win. That's how bad Man United has got. Steve Bruce never picked up a win against them, and he did today. Man United have won just 9 points from the 8 Premier League games this season, their lowest total after their first 8 games of any league season since the 1989-90, where they picked up 8 points as well. Man United are winless in their last 8 away league games, 3 draws, 5 losses, the longest such run in top flight since September of 1989. Oh my God, they have been horrible. They have been horrible. But congratulations to Newcastle and Steve Bruce. They needed this. Matthew Longstaff, great debut. One to remember, and great goal as well. Well set up by Jetro Willems. So Newcastle, man, on the up. Arsenal won, Bournemouth won. Well, I can't say that Arsenal deserved this victory. Both teams were Both teams were lackluster on the day, definitely. It was a boring game. I was watching this while I was watching the City Wolves match. I had 2 phones. I was watching this one, and then I had to put my City phone over this one because, guys, I had to watch our game because we weren't doing well at all. And I was like, forget about this Arsenal game. It's 1-0 so far. I really don't care. I'll watch the highlights later. But Arsenal scored through David Luiz in the 9th minute. And Bournemouth had numerous opportunities to put one past Bernd Leno in goal, and they failed to do so. Arsenal had more chances as well. They also failed to score. It was a very, very scrappy 1-0 win. I'm not really going to get too much into stats. I'm just going to give you my thoughts and everything on both teams. So for Arsenal, man, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has started the season off very, very well. Bukayo Saka, I think his name is Bukayo. Bukayo is not Buyaka, it's Bukayo Saka. But this kid has really, really broken into the 11 after his brilliant showing in the Europa League against Eintracht Frankfurt. So it's nice to see players breaking into their first teams, you know. Nicolas Pepe still scoreless in the Premier League. Only 1 Arsenal goal so far that he scored in the League Cup. He had another chance to score today and he put it over. Nicolas Pepe, you need to watch Matthew Longstaff on how to put them in the back of the net, how to keep the shots down, because you have been horrendous so far. You are flopping. 8 games. You have 7 more games. 7 more games to get your act together. Well, maybe not 7. I'm going to give you till halfway through the season. Halfway. You have, let's say, 11 more matches to get your act together, and then you will be deemed a flop. Granit Xhaka and Guendouzi worked hard in the midfield. Kolasinac, Chambers, Papastopoulos, David Luiz has to be the man of the match for that performance. But Arsenal, they're not looking too shabby, right? They're looking good. They're very inconsistent, but a win is a win. And I really like what Unai Emery is doing with the team promoting youth. Dani Ceballos, as I did not talk about Dani Ceballos, but he has been good for Arsenal. But they have guys like Willock looks good. Gabriel Martinelli as well. Nice, the Brazilian player there. And Lucas Torreira came off the bench. As for Bournemouth, Eddie Howe's team. Nice to the team. I really admire this team, but they couldn't score today. He keeps persisting with Dominic Solanke, who hasn't scored in a very long time. He needs a goal under his belt for sure. If they have a penalty, they need to let him take it, especially if they're in the lead already. But nice to the team, but they couldn't come up with the goods today. With this win, Arsenal go 3rd in the table on 15 points. Not bad at all. 1 point behind Manchester City. So I'm telling you, Arsenal, they're looking good. To be honest, they're looking good in patches. Bournemouth at 10th, 11 points. Pretty good start to the season. They have lost 3 out of 8. Not bad at all. I think Bournemouth are definitely staying up this season, but they have an inferiority complex. They play a team like Arsenal. You have to, feel that you could smash these teams out of the park. And they didn't look like a team full of confidence today at all. The next match I want to talk about is Southampton 1, Chelsea 4. Ralph Hasenhüttl's team has been struggling this season. They're not looking good at all. They are struggling. Southampton are currently 17th with 7 points. I do think they should survive. But they're definitely in the relegation talk right now. And, they need to get their act together. Losing to Chelsea so badly is definitely not a good result. But this Chelsea team has been buzzing, man. Tammy Abraham, I think this is 8 goals for the season so far. So the man has been on fire. He has been on fire. Hit the ground running in the Premier League. This is his first full season, I think, because he played at Swansea City, but he picked up an injury and that wasn't a good season for him at all. But now he has come back to his home club, Chelsea, under their new boss, Frank Lampard, and he is buzzing, man. He scored in the 17th minute, and then Mason Mount, another youngster buzzing on the Frank Lampard in the 24th. Danny Ings pulled one back for Southampton in the 30th minute, set up by Jan Valery, another good prospect at Southampton there. Then N'Golo Kante scored a deflected goal in the 40th minute, scoring in back-to-back matches. And Michy Batshuayi, brilliantly set up by Christian Pulisic in the 89th minute, put the nail in Southampton's coffin. It's nice to see Christian Pulisic getting that assist. It will do a whole lot of good for his confidence. And Michy Batshuayi as well. These guys look like they want to play for Chelsea, and that's what has Chelsea winning. The players want to play for Chelsea. Tottenham, you need to learn from, Chelsea's example. But as I said, I really like what Frank Lampard is doing with this Chelsea team. If you look at this lineup, Kurt Zuma, Tomori, these are all Chelsea Academy products. Then there's Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham, Callum Hudson-Odoi, all Chelsea products. There was also Reece James on the bench, Andreas Christensen on the bench as well. These guys are all original Chelsea guys. So I really like what he is doing right now with the club. So all the best to Chelsea this season. They look like they are on course to get top 4. With this win, Chelsea are 5th on 14 points. With this loss, Southampton are 17th on 7 points, just outside the relegation zone, and they need to get their act together fast. West Ham 1, Crystal Palace 2. It wasn't West Ham's best game at all. They looked off the pace in this game, but Crystal Palace, you have to give them credit for fighting to the very end. They went behind in the 54th minute through Sebastian Haller, who had an earlier chance to score, missed it, and Patrick Van Aanholt equalized in the 63rd minute via the penalty spot. That's a strange one, right? Left back taking a penalty, and he is actually the Premier League's highest scoring defender since the 2015-16 season, I think, with 19 goals. So that's a fun fact for those of you guys who don't know. And then Jordan Ayew scored the winner in the 87th minute, but the flag was raised. VAR reviewed it, but it was deemed to be onside. So big win for Roy Hodgson and his boys there. Well-deserved 3 points. For some insights from this match, only Manchester City with 33 and Liverpool with 30 have won more points in the Premier League in 2019 than Crystal Palace with 25. That's how good Palace has been under Roy Hodgson, okay? Only Aston Villa, 8, have lost more points from winning positions in the Premier League this season than West Ham United. So they really don't know how to keep a lead, man. That's something Manuel Pellegrini and his boys need to work on. Of all the teams to have scored at least 100 goals in Premier League history, Crystal Palace have scored the highest ratio of them from the penalty spot, 12%. Damn, 52 out of their 432 Premier League goals have been penalties, and I bet about half of those have been scored by Luka Milivojevic. And he wasn't on the team sheet today, or it would have been him taking a penalty as well. So Van Aanholt, you got lucky with that. So with that win, Crystal Palace are 6th in the league with 14 points. West Ham United 8th in the league with 12 points. Not bad still. Burnley versus Everton, man. What is going on with Everton? Marco Silva is on course to be the next Premier League manager to get sacked. Definitely. They shouldn't sack him, but, it's not what I think. They probably will sack him. If he comes back after the international break and he fails to turn things around, he is going to get sacked. Definitely. Without a doubt. November, he will get sacked. So that's another loss for Everton, who are currently 18th in the league in the relegation zone. 7 points after 8 matches, 5 losses, 2 wins, 1 draw. Horrible start. Horrible start. It will be a disaster if Everton gets relegated. They have invested so much into their club. So much. With this win, Burnley are 7th on 12 points. So not a bad start from Sean Dyche and his boys there. Not a bad start. Jeff Hendrick with that 72nd headed goal from that corner. Everton has been horrible in set play situations. They concede way too many goals in set piece situations. That's something they have to work on in training because they're conceding way too many goals from corners and free kicks. But Everton were handicapped for the final 34 minutes of the game when Seamus Coleman picked up a second yellow and got sent off. So what do you guys think about Everton? Do you think that Marco Silva will get sacked? Do you think Everton will get relegated at the end of the season? I don't think they'll get relegated, but I do think that Marco Silva is going to get sacked. For the next fixture, Watford 0, Sheffield United 0. You got to take your hats off to Sheffield United. They fought hard. They picked up a point here where Watford should have won this game. They definitely should have won. Andre Gray, oh man, I don't know what to say about you. You can't score to save your life, bro. But it wasn't the most exciting of games, but Watford definitely created the better chances. Sheffield, they were resolute in defense and, they were gritty and they played well enough to grind out a draw. After this draw, Sheffield are 13th in the league on 9 points. Not bad at all. Not bad. Watford last, bottom of the group. The only team that has failed to pick up a Premier League win this season. 3 points. Oh man, guys, is this the season where Watford gets relegated? Last season, I said that Watford was going to go down. It seems like they are going to go down. They're definitely missing their captain, Troy Deeney, who is currently out injured, recovering from surgery. So they will need to get him back in there very soon for the second half of the season if they are to stay up. It might be too little, too late. As for some insights, guys, Watford are winless in the 8 Premier League games this season, drawing 3, losing 5. The longest run without a victory from the start of a campaign in any division since the 2006-2007 season, 10 in the Premier League. Watford have failed to score in 5 of their 8 Premier League games this season, the most of any side in the competitions. Well, saying that, I could remember Danny Welbeck going one-on-one with the goalkeeper and hitting it right into the fucking goalkeeper. Like, Danny Welbeck, what has you come to? Sheffield United have kept 24 clean sheets in the league since the start of last season. No side have recorded more shutouts in this time in the top 4 tiers excluding playoffs. Wow. Great job by Chris Wilder and his boys there. So guys, do you think that Sheffield are going to stay up? Well, it's hard to say right now. We still have 30 more games to go. They have 9 points. Not bad at all. Not a bad start. But it's still very early. I saw Crystal Palace lost all 7 of their opening games and still survive. So it's way too early to tell. But if they stay up, if they survive, they will need to invest heavily in this team. They're not going to last another season with these players. Norwich City 1, Aston Villa 5. Oh my God. What a rout. What a rout. And this is a big confidence booster for Dean Smith and his boys at Aston Villa. 5-1. That's a good result. As for Norwich City, man, I do think Norwich, despite them defeating us, I do think Norwich are going down. This is one team I think are gonna go down. They're currently struggling with injury, maybe like 10 players injured, and I think they're gonna go down. Timo Pukki, you started off the season well and all, but you might just go into a slump and the rest guys are not good enough, and I think you are going to go down. I'm going to make the call right now. It's too early, but I'm still going to make the call. All 5 of Aston Villa's goals in this game was scored before Josip Drmic pegged one back for Norwich. Wesley with a brace, 14th and 30th minute. Jack Grealish with another brilliant goal. Hourihan also a brilliant goal, and Douglas Luiz, another very good goal. Remember, he scored a screamer early on in the season, so good stuff from Aston Villa there. They had 22 shots at goal, 12 on target. Norwich did have 21 shots at goal with 5 on target, so they created a lot of chances. They had 58% of the possession. Aston Villa only had 42. So Norwich, they outpassed, they passed the ball better. They had most of the ball. They had a lot of shots, and they still couldn't score more than 1. So not a good performance at all. Terrible. Norwich are currently in 19th on 6 points, 2 wins and 6 losses. And one of those wins came against Manchester City. So wow. Aston Villa currently 15th. They go up to 8 points. 8 points in 8 games. Not a good start at all. They're one of the teams that will be in the relegation conversation as well. But I do think that Aston Villa will stay up. Brighton 3, Tottenham Hotspur 0. This is one of the big, shocking, dramatic results I was talking about at the beginning of the video. Tottenham Hotspur, what's going on with you? Conceding 10 goals, scoring only 2 in 2 games. 7-2 against Bayern Munich, 3-0 against Brighton. Like Brighton. No disrespect to Brighton, but you're losing 3-0 to Brighton. Signs of a crisis. Definitely signs of a crisis. Pochettino has lost the dressing room. They played with no heart. They played like a pickup team, and they just, you know what I mean, they've just been bad. They've just been horrible, especially on the fucking road. They have been horrible. Neil Maupay scored in the 3rd minute from a horrible goalkeeping mistake from Hugo Lloris, in which he actually dislocated his elbow. Like, how the fuck do you dislocate your elbow? Like for real. For real. This is a serious question too. But he scored in the 3rd minute, and you have to give him credit for staying switched on there and following the play all the way to the end. And then Aaron Connolly, a teenager from the Republic of Ireland, scored a brace. His first 2 Premier League goals as well. 32nd and 65th minute. They were 2 very good goals. First, a flick on and put in a rebound past Gazzaniga, who came in as a replacement for Hugo Lloris. And then the second ball, man, just going past, I think it was Alderweireld, and bending it past the goalkeeper into the far post. So it was a good performance from Brighton. They outplayed Tottenham. Well, I really don't know if they outplayed Tottenham or Tottenham was just terrible, or they were lethargic. They didn't want to play the game. I really don't know what's going on, but they have a lot of work to do. Jan Vertonghen, Toby Alderweireld, Christian Eriksen, you guys need to make your commitment or just leave. Simple as that. Make your commitment or leave. And I don't know why Mauricio Pochettino isn't playing Lucas Moura. I think Moura came on for like 15 to 20 minutes and he was the best player in the match for Tottenham Hotspur. Harry Kane, he was isolated for most of the game. He had 1 shot off, 1 good opportunity, which he did not score. Dele Alli, he was garbage in the game. Moussa Sissoko, he was also rubbish in the game. He did have a good defensive performance, but going forward, he was not good. You know what, man? I'm a bit too harsh on Moussa Sissoko, but overall, Moussa Sissoko is not good enough to play for a top 6 team, in my opinion. Definitely not. Definitely not. And I'm going to stick to that. Brighton, 17 shots at goal, 6 on target. Tottenham, 8 shots, 3 on target. Do you guys believe this? Brighton with 47% of the possession, Tottenham Hotspur only 53%. Guys, I made a separate video talking about this one, so I'm going to put a link in the description box so you can go hear my reaction to that one. So with this win for Brighton, they go up to 14th, 9 points. It's very close. It's very, very close because you're 14th, 9 points. And you have a team like Tottenham in 9th with 11 points. So it's still very, very early times. But guys, it's very important times as well. You need to pick up points. Teams need to follow what Liverpool are doing right now. 24 points. 24 after 8. And you have teams with 9. Guys, that shows you how good they have been. But guys, as for some insights from this match. Courtesy of the victory over Tottenham, Brighton ended a run of 8 Premier League home games without a win. So this win is a very important one for Graham Potter and his boys. Tottenham have lost 17 games in all competitions in 2019, more than any other top flight side. Like, you kidding me? And I think this is like across Europe. Tottenham, like for real? 17? 17? Like, really? 17? Oh my God. I watched a video from the Tottenham Hotspur fan, Expressions Oozing, and this guy has punchlines for days. Win or lose, This guy has punchlines for days in his videos. I don't know how he come up with the punchlines, but you know, they're good. They're good. And it was a fun video to watch him talking about the Brighton loss. I didn't watch him talking about the Bayern Munich loss. I should definitely watch that one. That one will be a better one. So Brighton equaled their biggest ever margin of victory in top flight history and scored more than once in a Premier League home game for the first time in 16 games since beating Crystal Palace 3-1 in December of 2018. So this is a monumental victory for Brighton, Hove and Albion this season. And it will be good if they continue winning games like this, especially against top 6 teams. So do you guys think that Mauricio Pochettino will get sacked or not? Do you think he is trying to get himself sacked? Well, I don't think so. I really don't think so. I don't think he is going to get sacked. I don't think he's trying to get himself sacked. I just think the team has been horseshit this season. How the hell did they make it to the Champions League? But guys, go check out the video that I told you about. I'll put a link in the description box down below next to this fixture. Liverpool 2, Leicester City 1. The game where I thought that Liverpool were going to drop points, and they actually won the game. Actually won the game with a late penalty courtesy of James Milner, man of steel. That's who you want to take your penalties when it comes down to crunch time. James Milner, oh my God, the oldest man on the team. So when are they going to drop points? When is it going to happen? 8 wins in 8. As I said in my mini video I made reacting after the game, if Liverpool don't win this thing this year, they deserve some licks. As we'll say in the Caribbean, you deserve some licks if you're not winning the league from here on. Because even though Liverpool hasn't been at their very best, they haven't looked really pretty at times, they grind out the W's. They know how to win. They know how to win. They know how to manage the game very well, and you got to give props to Jurgen Klopp for that. 18 shots at goal, 8 on target compared to Leicester's 2 shots at goal. Only 2. 1 on target, the only one that went into the back of the net scored by Maddison. The first goal scored by Sadio Mane, and then Maddison equalized, and I was like, yeah, woo, they're going to drop 2 points today. And then nah. Al Brighton, like what the hell are you doing? That was the most, I don't want to say, you know, retarded, but come on, that was a retarded tackle. That tackle was awful, man. Like, come on, you're in the box. In the first place, he ran like he ran into the box, and you know, like a madman, and he tried to get the ball away from Sadio Mane. He did a few tricks or whatnot, and he got away from him. And Mane went down pretty easy. But you can't blame the striker. He has to go down. And when I think about it, they should have let Mane take the penalty. Guys, you know why I say that, because Mane is horrible at taking penalties. James Milner stepped up and he scored. But Mane, I think you went down a bit too easy, but you can't blame the man for that. There was a fight at the end of the game between Ayoze Perez and Andy Robertson. Guys, what do you think Andy Robertson said to Ayoze Perez? Like, I've been thinking about things. I've been thinking about what he could have possibly said to Perez to piss him off so much. But I don't know. Maybe Perez might receive a ban for this. I don't know. That's not acceptable behavior at all. But maybe he definitely said something to rile up the Spaniard. Like, who's laughing now? Or, you know, I don't know. When are you going to score for Leicester? Or, I really don't know what he said, but Andy Robertson, you're a bad boy. So with that win, Liverpool stay on top of the table, 24 points, 8 wins in 8. Leicester a 4th on 14 points. Guys, do you think that Leicester are going to get top 4 this season? Remember, after winning the Premier League in the 2015-16 season, they haven't got top 4 since. That was their only top 4 finish in the Premier League era. That Premier League win seems like it was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. It was an anomaly that we're still trying to figure out up to this day. But I do think that Brendan Rodgers and his boys played well, you know, but in the end, Liverpool just knows how to win games. Rodgers returning to Anfield for the first time since he got sacked, and it would have been really nice. It would have been really nice for him to pick up points against his former team, who he almost won the Premier League title with. And now I'm going to give you some insights from the game. James Milner's penalty was the 34th time Liverpool have scored a 90th minute winning goal in a Premier League match. At least 9 more than any other side. They know how to win and they know how to do it very late. Liverpool have become just the 7th side in history to win each of their opening 8 matches in an English top flight season and the first to achieve the feat on 2 occasions, having also done so in the 90-91 season. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. 17 Premier League wins in a row, guys. Could they equal the record against Man United at Old Trafford? James Milner's penalty in the 95th minute was the latest Liverpool have scored from the spot in the Premier League since Christian Benteke against Crystal Palace in March of 2016. 96-minute goal. That was probably Christian Benteke's last goal in the Premier League as well. Guys, I'm just kidding there, but he haven't scored much since. So guys, do you think this is finally Liverpool's year to win the English Premier League in the Premier League era? I'm not talking about the old First Division era. I'm talking about the Premier League era because I know a lot of stupid people are going to come and say, "Ooh, Liverpool has won the title before." I'm talking about the Premier League. Like, get it in your head, man. And sorry to call you stupid. I really don't mean that, though. I really don't mean that. But Liverpool, if you don't win the Premier League this season, I don't know what to say, man. Guys, I also made a video for that one, so go check it out. I'll put a link in the description box down below. As for Leicester City, I do think they have potential to get top 4 this season. It's only theirs to fuck up. One more thing, one more thing, guys. Where do you think James Maddison will end up next season? Because somebody is gonna buy this guy. This guy is good. Is he gonna go to United? Is he gonna go to City? Or are we gonna see him at Liverpool? Ooh, you never know, you never know. But if I have to make a guess here, you know what? I don't know. Maybe Man United, or even Manchester City. I don't know. Maybe Liverpool. I really don't know. And for the final one, guys, Man City 0, Wolves 2. Oh man, our second loss of the season after losing 3-2 against Norwich City. Third time we have dropped points after drawing 2-2 against Tottenham Hotspur. 5 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. 16 points in the league. Second behind Liverpool. 8-point gap. Is it an unassailable lead? No, it's not. No, it's not. I explained it at the beginning of the video. But we have to. We must win Liverpool at Anfield. We must pick up a win in that game. We definitely have to pick up a win. The season will be decided from those 2 fixtures. Liverpool versus City and City versus Liverpool. If we pick up 6 points from those fixtures, or at least 4 points, we're going to win the league. Because Liverpool must drop some points somewhere down the line. They must drop some points. Someone must get injured. But injury has been definitely plaguing us. We have no defenders. We have literally no defenders. No defenders. Otamendi, you are the worst you are the worst thing I've seen in a long time. You go in the category of guys like Schroeder, Mustafi, and them guys. Seriously. Like, you have been horrible. Rash tackles. You get in dribbled past way too easy. And Fernandinho is not a natural centre back, so he's trying his hardest there. Laporte injured, long-term injury. John Stones injured. I don't know if John Stones would have done a better job either. Then Kyle Walker, João Cancelo, these guys are very adventurous, and I don't know, man. We have no defense. Ederson was left open, way too open on way too many occasions today. It was not a good performance. It wasn't a good performance in defense. It wasn't a good performance in any of the departments. Let me just say that right now, because in hindsight, we lost the game. We shouldn't be losing to Wolves. We shouldn't be losing. We should have lost the game 4-0 or 5-0, because Cutrone should have scored earlier. Raul Jimenez should have scored. They should have scored earlier. We should have been 2-0 down at halftime. But those 2 Adama Traore goals, man, those goals hurt. They hurt because They broke on a counter, and there's no catching this guy. This guy is fast. This guy is fast and muscular, and he is skillful as well. He just needs to be polished. This is only his third goal in like 70 plus games. He needs to be polished. This might just be the start. This might just be the catalyst. Adama Traore, has he come of age? Because these were two big G's, man. Two big G's to defeat the back-to-back champions, Man City. We were caught out. Defenders, very, very slow. Left back, Zinchenko. Why the hell? Like, I don't understand this. I don't understand Pep Guardiola sometimes and his tactics. And his game management sometimes. Like, you see it's not working for you. Try something else, man. Try a different tactic. Or just say, you know what? We ain't going to win this game. Let's just play for a draw. Let's just play for and take the point. But nah, you try to go for it and you lose the game. You lose the game. Why bring on Zinchenko? Take off Kyle Walker. Why not bring on Angelino? That would have been his chance to shine. Angelino's crosses are way better than Zinchenko's crosses into the box. Guys, I could go on all day. I could go on all day about this game. David Silva, Ilkay Gundogan in the middle. I don't know why he persists with Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan has to come off the bench. Bernardo Silva should have started. Mahrez should have stayed on the field for the entire 90 minutes. This guy is magical. Something would have happened. Raheem Sterling had an off day. Aguero had an off day. Jesus came on, looked good. We were missing Kevin De Bruyne in this game. We were missing a Vincent Kompany type person in this game. We were missing Emerick Laporte. We were missing a Benjamin Mendy who is injured again. Hamstring injury this time. Like, I don't know what's going on with this kid. We were horrible. And we were outplayed. We couldn't get past Wolves' defense. Nuno Espirito Santo, you have this team well drilled, well oiled. Cody, Bennett, Bali at the back. Saiss went off, but Saiss has been good as well. These guys are tall. These guys are physical. They're strong. You can't get past. It's very difficult to get past these guys. And these are players who played Europa League on Thursday. Most of them played the game on Thursday. This Wolves team, they're good. They're good. They started out the season slow, but they're picking up. They're good. They're definitely good. Then Donka, Neves, Moutinho in the middle. You have to give credit to these guys. You definitely have to give credit. Adama Traore, definitely have to give credit. Raul Jimenez has been a very, very key player for Wolves. Cutrone needs to get his act together. Definitely has to. But we weren't good in the game. We weren't good. It was an off day. Quality was lacking, and the results proved just so. 18 shots at goal for us, only 2 on target. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Whoa, 7 shots at goal, 2 on target, 2 goals scored. Like, why couldn't we score? I know we hit the crossbar and all, but we should have scored. We should have scored at least one of those goals. We definitely should have. We had 77% of the possession. Like, you kidding me? You losing a game with 77% possession is poor. With 712 passes compared to Wolves' 228, and we still lost. 88% pass completion compared to a 64% pass completion, and we still lost? Like, nah. Something is wrong here. 9 corners compared to 1 Wolves corner, and we still lost? Like, how couldn't we breach this Wolves defense? Like, how? Explain this, guys. Explain. How couldn't we breach this defense? It's horrible. It's horrible. It was a horrible performance. Not good at all. So, we're still second in the league, 16 points. For Wolves, they're 11th in the league, 10 points, 2 wins, 4 draws, and 2 losses. Not a bad start at all, considering that they are playing Thursday night football alongside United and Arsenal. I just had to throw that in there. But as for some insights from this game, Wolves has beaten Man City away from home in the top flight match for the first time since December of 1979. So even before City had the wealth of, talent and all that at the club and the financial backing, Wolves wasn't beating us at home. Man City have lost at home in the Premier League for just the 4th time in 61 matches under Pep Guardiola. The Etihad has been a fortress, but come on. You can't get breached by Wolves. Poor performance. Man City have lost a Premier League match at the Etihad without scoring for the first time since March of 2016. Against Man United under Pellegrini, it was a 1-0 loss. So that just puts into perspective how bad this fucking loss was. It was not good. It was not good. I also made a video talking about that, guys, so go check it out. That's my roundup of match week 8. I know it's a long video, but I had to talk about these matches. The league is too damn good not to talk about all these matches in depth. It's too good. Way too good. So after 8 matches, at the top of the goal scoring charts is Sergio Aguero with 8 goals, Tammy Abraham second, 8 goals, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang third, 8 goals, Raheem Sterling fourth, 6 goals, and Timo Pukki also with 6 goals. The assist king so far is Kevin De Bruyne, out injured right now with 8 assists. David Silva has 4. Emiliano Buendia with 4, Anwar El Ghazi with 3, Eric Peters with 3, Felipe Anderson 3, Mohamed Salah, Roberto Firmino, and Riyad Mahrez all with 3. So guys, that's it from your boy Dominic Rich. I just had to recap match week 8. Thank you very much for getting to the end of this video. We will now go into the international break, and then we will be back for match week 9 for some more entertainment, for some more drama from the best league in the world, the English Premier League. Guys, do you think it's Liverpool's year to win the title? Do you think that Man City will win it 3 times in a row? Who do you think is going to get relegated this season? Is it Watford, Newcastle, Norwich, Sheffield, Aston Villa, or even Everton? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. So, until my next video, from your boy Dominic Rich, I like to say peace and love. Rich Squad.